Hey everybody, this is Todd.
And I'm Jill.
And welcome to the Soulful Creator Podcast. Hello everybody. We were just talking that we don't know if our kids are going to be very happy with the things that we share.
Our podcast.
But we don't care, right?
We just kind of want to share. So I hope, anyway. Hopefully they're not offended by the things we're saying. We try to come at it from a place of truth and love.
Yeah. I mean, when you get on these things, you kind of have a little bit of a plan, right, of what you're going to talk about, but we want it to come across more like we're on the swing and having a conversation.
Like it's live and real.
Rather than just coming from bullet points, which I do have a few. I'm going to admit that. But it's just nice to have kind of a fun conversation with each other again. And sometimes we then tend to elaborate a little more and we kind of maybe go off topic a little bit.
I have a tendency
and
to do
that's
that.
Where our kids probably go crazy. Because we say
like,
things.
Oh God, here she comes. Oh no, Mom.
We say things that were probably going to get us in trouble. The next time we're at dinner, we're like, oh yeah, I remember that one time that you said that and what is going on? So anyway, we're having fun. And
we are. Hopefully you guys are having fun too.
All right. So today we're going to talk about being the one to attract the one.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
So Jill, take it away. I love to let her. She's so good.
He's so good at like keeping me on task.
I'm just the
I'm like this
guy.
Crazy soul just flying around everywhere, and he's like, "Come on now, we gotta get control of you, girlfriend."
Yes. So being the one to
being
attract.
The one. Yes, you have to become the one if you want to attract the one. So everybody talks about, why haven't I found the one? Right? Yes. Why haven't I found my man? Why haven't I found my perfect person? Yes. Right? I need a person. And, you know, it's been kind of a crazy, it kind of drives me crazy. Because I've been on this journey for a while and I recognize, my old self in some of my friends that are my age and that are in my situation where we're single. Yeah. After 50, dating, we've all been hurt. Many people out there after 50, we have had 50 years of experience to hurt us, right? It's not like we're dating when we were 15 and we weren't hurt by life yet. We hadn't fallen down and gotten bruised and had a broken leg. And it's been a rough journey up to this point, being human and not having our soul in control, right? Not having our soul guide us. And so we have a lot of emotional baggage, and especially the women out there, and I'm speaking about my old self.
We have our baggage, but
men do. And, I think that what I see happening a lot is, and I've coached quite a few men, and men, they want to control. They want safety. They want to control. It's like, how do I manipulate her so that I get this, so that, so that I can feel like the king and I can feel like the man and I can feel, and, a lot of men are just wanting to be the knight in shining armor. They want to ride up on a white horse and rescue the girl, right? Yeah. And women are looking for that rescuer. They're the damsel in distress that's out there. Oh, poor me, poor me. I hope somebody will come along and pick me up and whisk me away to a fairy tale, right? Like this is the thing, is we're still little children inside here. Our little souls, but we have this old programming that is, when I was little, I think every little girl gets told, just be good. If you're good, you'll find a nice, good man that'll take care of you. Right?
Oh, how life has changed since then, right?
And so what that translates into 50 years is, how do I find my daddy? Yeah. Where's my daddy? Right? Like, and our parents have pass on and move on, and we're still here at 50 looking for our daddy. It's ridiculous, right?
Well, it's kind of, it's actually now morphed into the dating scene, right? Where you have the men who are looking for the broken ones, right, who they can fix.
They attract the broken ones.
Right. And then the men or the women are looking for the men to save them.
That's right. We're looking for someone that has got their crap together and that can, it's like I want to attract a guy that's actually responsible, that can hold down a job, that can carry on a conversation, that can show up when I need him, that I know, oh my gosh, we're both in the place of rebuilding a new life. Well, so if I'm struggling to rebuild my life, then what do I want to do? I want to find someone that will come rebuild it for me. I'm looking for I'm looking for the king. I'm looking for the guy that's got the kingdom. I'm looking for the guy that's sitting on the throne, right?
Right.
But the guy sitting on the throne that has the kingdom doesn't want to have anything to do with somebody that's broken.
Right.
They're like, oh, don't even come near me unless it's a king that's a narcissist and wants to date 20-year-olds and pay for them.
Right.
He wants a daughter. There's some weird thing that goes into that. But.
This kind of breeds the codependency that we have talked about a lot, as far as when you are trying to find someone to do those things for you. You're not working on yourself.
Right.
Right?
Right. So, initially, the human part of us doesn't recognize our worth. The soul is asleep. And that means that the human is always looking out through eyes that are looking out into the physical environment, right? So we're looking for answers. We're looking to fix things outside of ourselves, right? So it's very disempowered because we're not generating any of that from within ourselves. The soul has nothing to do with it. We're not reunited with our soul. We're not bringing it back into ourself and solving the problem within ourselves. Right. We're not actually fixing our own issues, changing our own energy and emotions and thoughts and beliefs and actions and behaviors. We're actually looking to blame others for that. And so we're being very disempowered in the way that we're doing life and the way that we're trying to use and abuse others and take and that getting behavior in order to get what I want, right? It all comes from a place of ego, of it's all about me and selfish and what can you give to me, right? Right.
So tell us about what you call the reality inventory.
The reality inventory.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the first things that you can do if you're accepting the soulful journey to be a soulful creator, to reunite with your soul, if you want to know where you are on your journey, it's what we want to do is our exterior physical reality is actually the reflection for the soul to see itself and see where it is on its journey. It's what holds us accountable to who we are being and what we have created in our life. So if we look at our bank account and it's empty, or we look at the fact that we just got fired from a job, or we look at the fact that we just wrecked our car, and I'm speaking because I've done several of these things, or we're looking at a broken relationship, right? Or we're looking at that we're feuding with one of our children or siblings, right? All of that's happening out there, is an indication that there's something that needs to be course corrected within here, that we're not aligned with love.
Right. So we have these checklists that we want our next mate to be, right? Like we have, again, dating at 50 is different than when you're at 20, right? When you're 20, you're just like, hey, you're cute. We have some things in common. Let's go build a life, right? Yeah. It's a little different when you're 50. It's like, okay, what baggage? It's more like a baggage list than anything.
Yeah, right? It's almost like we're focusing on, okay, I don't want list instead of a want list, right?
Right.
And so the checklist is, can't have a dog, can't have children that he has to take care of still, can't have alimony, can't have an empty bank account, can't be unemployed, right? We're boxing ourselves into this checklist of limitation of what he can't have, instead of focusing on, being open and staying open and not having a checklist. Right. So it's time, there was a time in my singlehood when I thought, okay, well, obviously my can't have list, or my list that's boxing me in, it has me attracting the same narcissist. Yeah. The same old narcissist, right? For the same old experience, for me to have a reflection that I'm not ever enough. And I'm like, why do I want to keep having that experience? You know, this narcissist is, you need to have a better car. You need to have a better job. You know, you need to lose a little weight, right? You know, you got some wrinkles, or you need to get Botox. You need to get lip filler, right? If you have friends or lovers or people are showing up like that's an indication that maybe there's some changing to do in here. And sometimes the first step is to just throw away everything, you know, just throw the checklist away. Just try to learn to open and invite your soul to come out and give you a different experience.
Well, we kind of maybe talked about this, I guess, in other episode, is like where you have this lens of like, okay, you see people that you're attracted to in the beginning where you are, and maybe it was years ago, and then you look at them years later and go like, why? How was I attracted to this person?
Right.
Because your attraction does change.
It
right?
does. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things. So. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, remember that what you see in someone else is what you like in yourself.
Right.
You know, what you either like or don't like in yourself. So if I see something in you, Todd, that I like, then that helps me like that in myself. If I see something in Todd that I don't like, then I can see that there's something that I don't like in myself. And so that's why when people, you know, rub us wrong, you know, and it's like we're clashing, we're having well, that's me. I'm obviously having a reflection of myself and the shadow parts that I don't like of myself.
Right.
So that is always a reminder to bring that home and bring that home to love and let the soul help you embrace it and love it and forgive it and you know, and then open and invite in a new experience.
Okay. Now the whole concept of the twin flame.
Yeah.
Attracting that twin flame. I'm really interested in having you tell them about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
how do we do that?
Right. So you guys, and I'll just admit, you know, I like the mysterious. I like the unknown. I like to explore in the adventurous land where you can't really explain things. And it's all about feeling your way through it. And I love tarot. And I do. I love it. There's a couple of Guiding Halo. Go follow her. She is so awesome. And is it Divine to Be 11? She's amazing. I have some people that I follow. So give a plug out to those guys because they've helped me a lot on my journey. Thanks, girls. But you know, so where was I at? I'm always exploring, doing new things. What did you ask me?
The twin flame.
The twin flame.
Yeah.
So a lot of the tarot card readers will do readings about and calling in your soulmate, calling in your twin flame.
Right.
So from my understanding, the twin flame is actually that exact opposite part of it's like the part of yourself that needs to be reunited with yourself. So it means that, you know, so I think Todd and I sometimes, and I think that we have several soulmates in our life that so people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, but there's something to be learned from them. And the soul contract doesn't, you know, finish until we've learned what we needed to learn from that soulmate. So if we keep calling in the same type of a narcissist or codependency, or, you know, keep having the same type of person that we're dating and having the same experiences, it feels like the broken record that we keep recreating that. Well, our belief system is recreating it because our belief system is creating our behavior, and our behavior is what's creating our reality. And so, you know, so if we find ourselves doing that, that's where you can take that reality inventory and take a look at who you're being and to try to challenge those, what I call BS beliefs, and reprogram your mind. Right. But let's see. So your twin flame is if there's a soul contract, and what I like to explain the twin flame is as your soul has a purpose and has a mission, and your soul remembers what it's here to do and remembers what strengths you have and gifts you have. And there is going to be someone that's like your exact reflection. It's an equal reflection, total equal. So it's not like I'm vibrating up here and you're down here and we're missing each other. No, it's total connection. It's, hey, Todd is an exact reflection of who I am right now. And I brought him into my life. And funny enough, to do a soul project, a contract, a passion project. And, you know, my first line to him was, hey, I see that you're a chief editor. Maybe you can help me edit my book. And he's like, well, tell me about it. And then we start this soul journey where we're actually working on behalf of spirit and talking about what we're learning, what we've lived through and what we're learning, and we're sharing that with you. And through this passion project, you know, our souls are fulfilling their mission. Mm-hmm. And so the twin flame is, you know, that exact reflection, bringing and calling that person in because you've done your work, they've done their work you're both a spiritual partner, and if there's anything unfinished, you're going to work out those kinks by keeping each other accountable and then co-create together. And really, like, I knew that I wanted a partner that wasn't just my best friend and wasn't just a passionate playmate or lover, but also had the ability to build a business with me, and also had the ability to keep me accountable in my spiritual growth and assist me on my soulful journey. And that's, I think, you know, to wrap things up, that's what it is to be a twin flame.
Good. I think when we all are out there, and again, you out there, if you're dating, whatever it is, if you're in a relationship, is like, keep asking yourself, you know, what am I continually bringing to the table, right? That's going to really help our relationship, right? And I think if you always do that, you're always going to be, I think your priority list is going to always be the right one, right?
You know, and also it's not that Todd is exactly me. What's interesting is that I think we're in equal strength in heart, mind, body, and soul, but we have different skill sets that are complementary. So they come together really nicely. And I assist him in his soul journey, and he assists me in mine. And we do it in a playful, co-creative way. And I think that's what it means to call in your twin flame, so that your soul can have that ultimate experience of co-creation through another being.
Right.
That's like yourself. That helps you see yourself, helps you witness your truth and your greatness.
Right. So I think throwing out the list.
Throw it out.
And that's going to help you have a better picker, right?
Yep. And a better experience, because your soul knows what you really need in order to grow. Right.
Okay, well, that's it for this episode, I guess.
Hope you guys enjoyed
Love to hear any comments you guys have about it, or anything you would love to hear in the future.
Yeah, if you have questions, let us know. We'd love to talk about it.
All right, take care.